Yeah.
Well, let's plow forward. So we gotta make sure to please the commenters. That helps us in the speedrun, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Profit is a very important component to the world economy. And today we're going to talk about the nuance of how that can be used and what happens when you take it too far. It is time to talk about this section, which is the chainmail. Now, the story of this chainmail is fascinating. And just to remind you, in the end of the last video, I tried to buy chainmail supplied from not China.
Sorry,
I tried to
just
go
very quickly. There's something kind of oxymoronic about it. Like, if I take profit too far, in the sense that he's saying, like, yeah, I would be less profitable if I go the route that well, not necessarily, I guess, less profitable, but like, ideally, if you create an inferior product, you know, actually, never mind. I don't know. I just can't make the connections in my head at this point.
I mean, it is true that it's an oxymoron. Like, people over profit doesn't make any sense.
Also, you know, like another little fact, like I opened YouTube to look at the chat and it recommended me something which was very up to context, which is this video by this channel called Grill Top Experience. The title is I bought the most expensive grill brush in the US, and it's the smarter scrubber.
And fucking diamond plated and everything. Yeah, I mean, I might buy this grill brush. It does look like a pretty good grill brush.
Yeah, it makes sense. You know, if you have the spare money and you use it a lot, it makes sense. But the cheaper grill brushes make sense, like for someone who is like looking for a one-time thing, perhaps, or something. Like then they're getting into the hobby. They're not really into it. You know, like there is this good analogy that I have. There's a friend of mine who's a very good athlete, and he always tells you to, you know, when you're starting to do athletics, don't buy the most expensive gear, you know, because like, what's the point? Like, do you even want to do this for the long term? And you should learn on the shitty stuff before you actually get to the good stuff, you know. Like imagine someone who just learned driving and they brought like a Lamborghini, you know, like that makes no sense. You would want to first learn on like shitty stuff before you get up to the good stuff. Perhaps that doesn't apply to grill brushes because there's very little skill involved, but I think the point still stands, you know. How much do you need it for what period?
Although I think you want to strive for a certain level of quality. So I do a lot of music stuff, and so like when you're suggesting a guitar to somebody, right, the worst guitars are just awful to play. So they're going to turn off a beginner because it's just awful to use. But then the most expensive guitars are not particularly better than the mid-grade guitars. They're usually just different, right? In like ways that a beginner wouldn't have any meaningful knowledge on. This is kind of derailing, but
it's like how you buy wine at a restaurant. You buy the second cheapest one.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I just want to know at what point does he think profitability is bad? That's it.
He does have this whole system that he lays out of when profit can become bad. We'll get to that. Don't worry.
Okay, sweet.
I'm excited.
India that supplied it to us basically bought it from.
So yeah, this is something that he said goes into here, where he's like, "Oh, we were initially buying from India, and they were just drop shipping it from China," and that like annoys him. But it's like, okay, so he was fine buying it from India and was pissed off that it instead came from China. So it seems like really what this should be called is I tried to make a scrubber without touching the Chinese economy at all, because he was fine with India, but not China. I'm confused by that. It doesn't really. I'm not sure what his specific bugbear is, and of course, he'll then go on to say how he now buys some of it from Canada instead. It's very strange to me.
Yeah, it just seems like that economic. It just seems like that economic nationalism coming through, though. You know, it's like, oh, it's been tarnished by the foul soil of China, so now it's automatically like evil or something.
I refuse to buy anything from the Han Chinese.
Yeah, literally, it's like it's crazy.
Maybe he's just racist.
You know,
maybe we're thinking too much.
It was actually me. You know, I actually wanted this project to fail because it would have been funny. So I sent him the Chinese thing. You know, it was me. He contacted me in India. Also, the fact that almost everyone, like, he tried to get something from India, got scammed, man. Like, the Indians are never leaving that.
It's impossible to shirk stereotype. Fuck.
Oh, I see you drinking. Hold up, let me get a drink. I'll be right back real quick.
Hell yeah. All right, let's
We're drinking.
Also, when I say Canada, you mean India too. All right, I suppose
I did that to him.
I mean, let's continue. I'll be back shortly.
China and drop shipped it to us and pretended that it was from India.
So this is chainmail that we haven't used in any assembly yet. This is from India. Dude, look at that. That's not from India. That's Chinese. Is that Chinese?
Long story short, I was
They didn't even remove the goddamn labels.
This is true Indian entrepreneurship. It's a fucking Chinese label, like has like a Chinese flag in the corner. This is India's economy right here.
What exactly do you drink, Zulu? I'm sorry, this is irrelevant, but
I
always see you with the same yellow can in every debate, live stream, whatever.
Tennant's Lager. They should sponsor me.
True. You're their biggest fan.
I might be their biggest
pretty
customer.
Sure, like the business model, I'm pretty sure the business model of whoever the guy in India is doing this is basically like tariff avoidance. So, like the Chinese tariffs are probably much higher than the Indian tariffs to the US, and then basically this is just arbitrage from, let's say, Beijing to Delhi to the US. Like the plane lands and for regulation purposes, the plane lands and then takes off right to
like the wheels just kind of like
probably.
touch down for a second and then immediately they're back up in the air, basically.
Exactly.
And see, like this is another problem caused by socialism, because if there wasn't this tariff issue, we're assuming, of course, but I think it's a decent assumption. If there wasn't that tariff issue, people could just be honest and be like, yeah, no, these are come to us for our fine Chinese chainmail, and you can it becomes a whole lot more honest.
Yeah.
And fundamentally, there's no problem if people really want goods made by them, but they should just be allowed to choose that themselves.
Yeah.
was lied to. John was lied to. We were irritated by that. I want to make something abundantly clear. We have never sold a grill scrubber with Chinese chainmail on it. When we received that Chinese chainmail from India, we put it in a box and we put it in the corner of the...
We put it in biological isolation unit 3, and we fucking like cordon it off. We can't have this has been touched by unclean Chinese hands. We got to get rid of it. I don't want to be too mean to this guy because I do watch his videos. Whenever he's not talking about capitalism, is good.
Look at what's written on this. Look at what's written on this. Hold China chain.
Like it
China
does,
chain.
it does. Like he would be fine with it if it was India chain. Like I don't understand. Like it does seem like it's mainly a bugbear against China. I don't understand what the purpose of the project is.
It's almost like, you know, like it's like if I imagine like if Hitler's Germany was still around, like it's like whole Jewish chain.
warehouse, and we're like, we're not going to sell that. That's against the whole premise of the project. We're trying to make it in America. So the question is, well, where's our chainmail coming from? So we are...
But India is just as much not America as China is.
Maybe India is...
violated the premise either way.
Let me go check on something real quick. I'm just going to check if India is part of the United States of America.
Yeah, he knows something we don't know. I got great news, Luca.
Wait, so the premise of his project is to make only like his scrubber domestically, but so why does he have the Indian one?
I really don't know. He doesn't.
No idea.
He doesn't.
No idea.
Makes no sense.
Okay.
I've watched that section of the video multiple times, even without the cuts. I've watched it. I don't understand why he was fine with having it from India.
Doing some sort of like, is he doing like some sort of vector analysis that okay, like if we like plot all countries, then like the square distance between China and America is greater than the square distance between India. Like I don't know what is he going off of some sort of like like if it was a Nazi, it makes sense, you know. Like we want to buy from the people who are as Aryan as possible. I don't know what this guy's standard is. You know?
We could solve this problem if we just allowed America to make every single territory outside of it also sovereign to America.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
The United States of the world,
Yeah.
except for China.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Except China. Yeah.
Every other country
Are the
belongs
victim.
to America.
Except China.
United States of India.
Something that I recently learned about. It's a big fancy word. It's called a monopsony. Okay. This is why we are having a hard time sourcing chainmail in America. And I need to explain this because I recently learned about this at the Hill and Valley Forum. I learned a lot of things there.
So to be clear, just what a monopsony is, as far as the Austrians are concerned, Austrian School of Economics, the correct School of Economics. A monopsony, normally used when describing like the labor market, like, oh, there's only one employer, you know, in this industry or whatever. Sometimes that caveat's on there, but it's not clear what the differences between different industries are, because really every product can compete. Like Waterblock gives an example in one of his lectures, where he's like, you know, you become really rich, you can either buy like a new car or like a piano, and like it's not clear how cars and pianos compete, but that might be the genuine competition in your head, right? So that's already, it's off to a shaky start. But so monopsony is like, oh well, there's only this single buyer in the market in certain situations of labor, and so that like causes problems.
Like a monopoly on purchasing power, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Now
Okay.
he's going for something slightly different, where it's there's only one buyer in like his production line for the chainmail or something, which it doesn't strike me that that could ever actually be realized unless there is state regulation. Now, if there's like IP restrictions, only one guy has the IP to make chainmail. If they only invented chainmail last year, then yeah, that might happen. But I don't think that's happening here. I suppose we'll get more into that unless anybody has any other things they want to say on monopsony in general.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you know, there is this example of, I think this could be classified as a monopsony. Let's say there is a really, really small town in a pretty poor country. Let's say it's in Central America, right? There is this really small town and it has only this one employer, which is the major employer there. You know, for all intents and purposes, that person employs the whole place. Would that be classified as a monopsony? I would say, because they're the only buyer of labor services from the quote-unquote captured labor market, right? And I think in the paper that Flopper sent out earlier, like there was this like very good example which I'll be dramatizing. Like, are we aware of like the illegal immigration problem in the US? So quote-unquote problem. I don't even know if it's a problem. Like people literally just move continents and countries to just get to a better place. Like really there is always competition. In the case of that, isolated town in which there is only one employer, the competition is basically people can leave. They can just get up and leave. And that is a competition that you got to worry about. Like you can't make things so bad that people leave. And there is always competition because the entire economy is actually in one way or another competing with everybody else. As Zulu said, like, nobody would think pianos and cars are in competition. But let's say someone who is both a car enthusiast and a piano enthusiast, and they got a $10,000 bonus. Now, do they put that in a down payment towards a car, or do they put that in a brand new piano? So there you go. You're in competition. So there cannot be such a thing as a monopoly or a monopsony or anything else like that. So that would be my take on it.
The only way it's possible is if you just completely don't understand opportunity costs, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of like a monopoly, only backwards. A monopoly is there's only one person that can make the thing. A monopsony is there's only one person that buys the thing. And this is what it does. It kind of...
Notice how those weren't perfectly parallel there. He said a monopoly is where only one person can make the thing. Indeed. If anybody else is prevented from making the thing by state fiat, that is a monopoly. But then he says a monopsony is not where only one person can buy the thing. He says it's where only one person does buy the thing. Now that's a strange little disequilibrium there, if you want to use that term. That's probably not the best term if we're talking about economics. Dissymmetry, asymmetry, right? That's why are these two things asymmetric in this presentation? That's also, should start setting off little alarm bells.
Yeah, because wouldn't that make, depending on the scale, wouldn't that make anything like a house would just be there's only one buyer of an individual house. I mean, I guess there's more houses on a market, right? But a particular house, there's only one buyer for. There's also a monopoly of that house by that definition. But I just don't know. You have to like pick an arbitrary scale to apply it at.
Yeah, and I think there's a sort of equivocation going on here, certainly like Zoo is pointing out with this asymmetry. It's like, I don't see why it would be a problem at all if you have some like very specific product and then only one person wants to buy it, but everyone else could if they wanted to. It seems like no problem at all. I mean, some companies have very specific manufacturing parts, like we'll see later in this video. And it's like, well, yeah, of course no one else is buying this, but I guess that's technically a monopsony, but I don't see why that's any problem of note at all. Now, a monopoly is completely different because, as we talked about, you're actually being prevented from producing this certain good. But if it's just that nobody else wants this, well, that's not messing with the equilibrium at all. It's just that only one person wants this.
Yeah, it's like, Galazar, we all know him, he's a very beautiful man. I like purchasing pictures of Galazar. Other people don't have the exact same, affinity towards Galazar that I have. So I'm the only person out there who wants to put down serious dosh to buy pictures of Galazar, in lovely like suits, in great big Jedi capes. These are the types of things that turn me on. Nobody else seems to have this particular proclivity. So there's monopsony going on here. This is clearly a problem.
Exactly.
I think a much better example would be like with
What do you mean better example? This is a great example.
Possible example.
Like with how people are buying up RAM and making the price skyrocket, but like that still doesn't like answer the question fully. Sorry, fuck, dude. I may have taken like one too many shots. Hold up. I'll just let the video play. Ignore what I said.
Economy on its head. So this is what happened. We wanted to buy chainmail in America. There is one factory in America that makes the specific type of chainmail we want. And that one factory has a contract with...
Oh, wait, I know what I was going to say, sorry. Like, I guess it could only be a monopsony if whoever is making the product would only sell it to, like, that one entity, right? Like, pretty much, like, they would have to voluntarily choose to just only sell it to a single or individual or company or whatever, right?
Is he about to...
I think you said the N-word there.
Said,
okay. Factory
is he
in
about
America
to suggest that if that like some violence needs to be enacted on this company because they already have a contract with someone?
Yeah, no, this is the thing. He's saying, well, this is a monopsony because there's this factory that produces chainmail, and then he starts swearing at them. Terrible. I don't think that's okay. of course, I'm joking. But yeah, no, this is not monopsony. Monopsony doesn't refer to this factory has a consistent buyer that buys out their entire, capacity, and so they don't want to make a new contract with you because they don't have the capacity for it. That's not monopsony, right? That's just a contract right there. Okay, if you're a new buyer in the market, guess what? You can solve these problems, and you're holding the proof that you can solve these problems. This is not a monopsony.
Yeah, no,
he's holding the very proof that what he's talking about is not a monopsony in his hands. Because guess what? He's a new buyer in the market, and he's able to bid from somebody else for their chainmail. So this is proof that this is not a monopsony. You just weren't able to buy from this one factory because they already are selling out their entire possible productive capacity. That's not monopsony. That's not what that means.
He's just angry,
Yeah, but Zulu, you don't understand. Like, if I just say it like that, then it doesn't sound like a profound critique of capitalism. It just sounds like, oh, I just couldn't buy that thing because I didn't bid high enough.
I'm sure if he bid $10 million per square inch of chainmail, they'd go like, yeah, we'll go with you instead. But he's not going to be willing to do that.
Exactly. If I lose the auction in the free market, it's a problem with capitalism. It's not just that I lost,
And this is why we need socialism.
Yeah.
If I were to guess, it's probably because chainmail is most often going to be used by like medieval reenactors, if I were to guess. And like, then you're buying it from like some place which is actually tailoring it. So that's probably like, going to be more expensive anyway than just like wrapping over this little thing. So like, and that's a very consistent group of people right there, or like, people who are making like stab-proof vests or what have you. Same deal. Yeah, this is not a problem with capitalism, as proven by the fact that he solved it already within the framework.
Also, the sponge market, they do these like chainmail covered sponges, which is probably who he's actually competing with, if I had to guess.
I think he's competing with nobody. Like, it's the most expensive brush in the US. Like,
I meant for this specific piece of chainmail from that specific factory.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But with the exception of people, I believe, who are really, really into like, they know that long term they're going to be having this brush around and they want a quality product that lasts. I think the vast majority of people would just not pay a like 8x premium to buy this shit, man. Like, who do that?
Yeah, doctor in chat who's complaining that I'm not also watching video 1. Like, if he's titling a video, here's the problem with capitalism, and he's saying, in this video I'm going to tell you what the problem with capitalism is. I'm going to watch only this video. I'm not going to watch any other videos and review any other videos on stream unless they're titled, this is the problem that capitalism has. So I guess, I don't know, get over it or something. Like, I'm not watching every video this guy's ever made on stream. You know how long we'd fucking be here for? We'd be here forever.
No, but he'd debunk us in the first video.
Yeah, presumably the first video, which didn't have anything to do with capitalism in any of the metadata. That's where he has the actual problem with capitalism, not the updated video, where it says fucking update in the title. Not in that video, where it's titled, here's the problem with capitalism. Like, what are you retarded or something?
It's like the Dave Smith critique that the critique that Dave Smith had, that you just edited the podcast, you only included like 2 clips, and I'm like, yeah, we should include every podcast, we should include the entire podcast, and then every podcast Dave Smith has ever been on the 3-hour Neoprag video that you did on Dave Smith.
Yeah, if there's important context which strengthens his argument as why this is a big problem with capitalism, if there's context in that first video, or which is required to make that argument, he could have just cut that into the video, as he already does in different parts of this video, where he cuts in parts of the first video. He could, or reiterate what he said there. If that is truly important to make his argument here, then it's on him to include that. If it's not important, then shut the hell up.
Yep.
He says videos about U.S. morons selling capacity to communist China. That's the whole point of this stuff. What?
Again, we're responding to the video called, here's the fucking problem with capitalism. That's the video we're responding to. We're not responding to every single video Smart Everyday has made. We're not doing that, okay?
I think what he's trying to say is that, the US shouldn't be trading with China because China is communist or something like that. That's the argument.
Here's a capitalistic deal, Doctor. If you super chat $1,000, then at the end of this I will respond also the first video. $1,000. That's your price point.
Imagine if he does
blow off my plans too.
Yeah.
And make the specific type of chainmail we want. And that one factory has a contract.
So again, he's looking for a specific type of chainmail. So this isn't even just chainmail in general. He's looking for a very specific type of chainmail, and there's already a factory that makes it, but they're at capacity. And so, like, how is this a problem with capitalism?
A contract.
Yeah, it seems like his solution to this would be anytime he wants this, or some preferred group wants a specific thing, that some group of people will be forced to open a new factory to provide him with his product. I mean, is that his solution? What else is the other solution? I don't know.
Who knows, right? Who fucking knows what the possible solution there is?
It's like I really like videos on anarcho-capitalism and objectivism, which are really highly edited, and they're delivered by this one guy who lives in Scotland. I really like those videos, and like nobody else is making them. So I guess I'm just a victim of monopoly. What can I do?
So tough.
Okay, they said, well, we have this.
Don't like that mouth on him. He keeps swearing. I don't like that.
Surge of work from because they are our most important.
I had to add those bleeps in there, by the way. I had to add those in because he was talking something dirty in there. He wasn't just censoring a factory name. He was saying heinous things I would never endorse. Of course, I'm joking. Okay, it's a laugh. I know that he was just censoring the factory name. It's a joke, Doctor. You don't have to say, no, in the first video actually explains that. It's okay.
Customer, we have this surge of work from, so we're gonna do that. We only have enough manufacturing capacity to supply them. Sorry, what do you do if you're in my situation? You panic. That's what you do.
Find an alternative.
We ordered the chainmail from India. Here's the deal, though. We didn't use it. The reason we...
I'm sorry, do you want to pause it?
Oh, no, sorry.
I'm actually going to go because I'm about to have dinner, so thanks, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just can't help myself.
Because immediately after...
I would want to say like one small thing. Like, what do you do when you find yourself in this situation? Well, you order it from India. That's what you do. Like, when
and then,
everything else fails, you come to me.
This is really just underscores like what. So he tries to get it in the US. He was like, oh, I can't get it in the US because they're at capacity in the US. I'll go to India. What the hell do you mean it came from China? Like, what? I thought at that point you'd already concluded that you weren't going to be able to get it from the US, so you're willing to go overseas for it. Why India? Why not China? I don't understand what his problem here is.
Yeah, because you see, like the Indians are like honorary Aryans according to this guy, but the Chinese, they're the Jews. We don't buy from them. You know?
It's like I don't understand what the
Thankfully, this isn't on my channel.
I really don't understand what the steel man of his position here is.
Like I said, he's just racist. That's it. Like we don't need to think about this any further. We can do what the left does.
He's not even like presenting the protectionist argument, but it's all I can really get out of it. I mean, what else could it possibly be unless he's just racist, like this is true saying? I don't know. It's crazy.